Hey guys, this is Ashley at Trendy Tree and Nick from 39 County Home. Bless his soul, he has had to pick up my slack this week. I was supposed to ship him a box of stuff 2 weeks ago. We picked it out, I sent him pictures, we had a plan, and then yesterday he messaged me and said, "Hey, do you have tracking for that?" And I was like, well, no, because I never shipped it. So, he was kind enough to come up with a plan on his own. So he's going to make some bows, and he's got a few signs that we actually have in stock. So he's just kind of winging it tonight because at my house, we're just living on caffeine and a prayer, hoping to make it through Christmas, I guess. So, I'm going to make Nick big and make my poor pitiful self tiny, and he's going to show y'all some things, and I'm just going to keep Christmas shopping.
Thanks, Ashley.
Welcome.
Hi, everybody. Thank you. We're going to keep it short and sweet tonight, everybody, but I just wanted to show off some signs that Trendy Tree has available on their website right now. And then we're going to make a few bows. We're going to make one for a lantern, if you like to decorate with a bow on your lantern on your front porch. And we're going to put one on just a plain old green wreath as well. Hi, Tony. How are you? So first, let's show off these signs. This one is my favorite. I'm probably biased because I live in Arizona. But this one says Merry and Bright, and it's got the glitter.
That one.
Yeah. I mean, it literally looks like the cactus in our front yard. So I might have to turn this into a wreath before the season's over. But the number on this one is AP8857. And it's the Merry and Bright Christmas with the cactus. I love that one.
I'm going to post those links.
Awesome. That's perfect. Yeah. This one is very glittery. Which is probably another reason I like it so much. Now this one, I made
the cactus.
It is. That's how we do our cactus in our front yard every year. We wrap Christmas lights around it. And it's always really cute. Now this one, I made a few wreaths with this last year, and they sold really fast. And, because everybody loves the buffalo plaid. And it's on a faux burlap background. It's AP8478. And it just says Merry Christmas. This kind of looks like burlap. Got the mistletoe on there. And then the buffalo plaid for the lettering, red and black.
Buffalo plaid still hot. It's hanging in there.
Now this one is on a white kind of faux wood background. And this has all the names of all the reindeer. Rudolph is in red and all the rest are in black. This is AP7073.
And if you really just love that, we have a t-shirt that has that on there.
You could match your sign.
You could.
And the links for all these guys are going to be posted in the comments. We got two more here I'm going to show off. I love this one. It's got kind of a leopard Christmas ornament. It says Merry Christmas. This is AP7160. It's got the lime green and black and red and white. Still very popular for Christmas, the leopard. I guess every season right now is doing leopard. Or cheetah, whichever one it is.
I love leopard. I asked opinions on it a couple of months ago, and we had a lot of people that said they were over it. I don't know that I will ever be over leopard.
I love it. I think it's really fun. And this one is not your traditional colors. You get it in green and white. So
it's cute.
That's really fun. And then the last one, you guys can get this one and keep it up till March. It just says Season's Greetings, and it's just got some red birds on it. 8P8550. Got the cardinals on there.
Cardinals are always a bestseller.
Yep. And this is good for just a winter wreath if you want to do something like that. So those are 5 signs I just wanted to show off. These are all available on the Trendy Tree website, and we posted the links. But let's go ahead and make some bows. I'm going to make 2 for you today. And I'm going to be using, actually, before we do that, I can show off one tool that you can get on the Trendy Tree website. And this is the Easy Bow Maker. I use, this is called the Bodabra. That's what I'm going to be using, but they kind of work the same. You guys can just search for EZ, the letter E, the letter Z, bow maker on the website. We'll post the link for it as well.
Yes.
But you put your spool of ribbon down here on front, and then you will build your bow in between these two wooden spools here. And so I'm not going to use that one today just because I prefer this one, but they do work the same. So I'll set it aside here, but I did want to show that off. This first ribbon is available on the Trendy Tree website. It's just a red, it's a cross royal red ribbon, 2.5 inch, RG121224. And that's the only ribbon I'm using today that's Trendy Tree has. A lot of these are from Trendy Tree, but they are out of stock. So I'm going to use up some scraps to make a bow. Sometimes you use your ribbon for a wreath or a project and you have a little bit left over. So that's what we're going to do today. Now this first bow we're going to make, we're going to be hanging it on just a plain old green wreath. Want to spoof it up, maybe put one on every window in your house or on a few doors. This is one way to dress it up. Karen wants to know, do I prefer the one I'm using because it's easier? They work exactly the same. I think I've just used this one more often, so I always tend to reach for it. But I mean, the functionality of them is the same. I do like to be able to move this around, and this one doesn't stay in the one spoke like the other one does. But you kind of use them both and see which one you prefer. So let's make a tail that's going to hang down. And we're just going to give this, we'll probably do 2 feet there. And we're going to twist and bring it down. Now, normally when you're using, making a bow, I would thread in some of this ribbon. This is the Bodabra wire, but we're going to be coming in with a Chanel stem or a pipe cleaner at the end, so I'm going to skip that step today. So this is going to be one tail. It's going to hang down. And we'll do the other tail in a minute. But we're going to do 6 loops. Now these loops are going to be behind our smaller ribbons, so they're going to be a little longer. And so I set this on a cutting mat so I can kind of see how long I'm. Now the Easy Bow Maker has a ruler built right in, but I just set this right on top here. And we're going to do these about 5 inches. And I'm just twisting and placing it right down in there. And then we're just going to repeat. So bring your loop over, same amount, 5 inches, twist, and pull it down. And again, I said I wanted to do 6 of these. So we're going to twist, bring it down. Now this ribbon is the same on both sides. So it's going to be a little more forgiving. If you were using a ribbon that only had the pattern on one side, that's why we do the twist. So we always get our pattern on the outside. But again, I'm lining these up to make sure they're the same length. And we'll do 2 more. Down. And down. Now this last one, I'm not going to twist. I'm going to put it down in there and bring down a matching tail. Now again, like I said, it's hard to see on this one, but if I would have twisted, my tail would have had the backside out. Make these about the same. We're going to cut. All right, so there's our 6 loops and 2 tails. I'm just going to lay these out, and we'll floof it out here at the end. Well, let's grab our other ribbon. Now this bow is only going to have 2 ribbons. This is a red, green, and white with the smallest amount of gold in there. But I thought that would look really nice on top of the solid red.
Is it kind of a plaid pattern?
Yeah.
I was just going to see if I couldn't find one similar to it.
Yeah, any kind of red plaid would look nice on top of this solid red. And again, it has green and white and just a little bit of gold in there. And so it'll just catch the light a little bit. You can kind of see it there. But we're going to do the same process, only we're only going to do 4 loops this time. So my tail for this one, I want to do about half the length of our tail. Twist. Place it down in there. And here we go. Hello from Michigan. Hi, Laura. How are you? So these loops on top of our solid, they're going to be a little smaller. Our last ones were about 6 inches. Let's say these are only going to be about 3 to 4. And we're just, again, placing it down in there and twisting. And we're going to do 4 of these. Now I want to make a 5th loop to kind of finish our bow, and it's going to be really tiny. So same process we did, only instead of 3 to 4 inches, I'm only going to make it about 1.5 to 2 inches. Press it down in there and bring your tail down. Now the tails are going to end up on the same side, but once we tie this all, you won't notice that. Let's go ahead and cut. And there we go. It doesn't look like much now. This is kind of what we're looking with.
It's all about the floof.
Yes. That's when it comes to life. So what I didn't have any red pipe cleaners, but I did have a green one. And I just twisted 2 of them together because I like to have it extra long. And with the bow maker, you're going to go down. And you could also have placed this in there before you started. I'm just going to lift up a little bit. I placed it underneath. Let me see if I can get this on camera. And I'm going to bring it up, around, and over to the top. I'm kind of trying to put where I tied the 2 pipe cleaners together on top of the bow. And I'm going to pull it tight. Oh, we missed a tail. Hold on. Technical difficulties. I'll put it back in there.
True Trendy Tree fashion. We're rubbing off on you.
There we go. Now we got under all of them. Okay. I probably should have checked that before I lifted it up. Okay, so same thing. Pull it tight. And I am just going to twist it together here. And I hope you guys can see that. I'll hold it up here. Okay. So essentially what we have now is a bow. And there's all different types of bows, you know. This one's going to have 6 big loops. And 6 smaller loops. And it's really going to come to life when we put it on the wreath. So maybe let's tie it on there and then we'll finish fluffing it up. So this is just a plain old 18-inch green wreath. And I think this would look nice if we did it at the top. Okay. So I'm going to tie it on here. Now you could do 4 loops in the back with the big ribbon. You could do 8. You know, you can do whatever you want. I'm not going to spend a ton of time fluffing this out, but you can kind of see what we have here now. And I could finesse with this all day. But you have a bow.
So cute. Now you're ready for Christmas.
Once this is, yeah, exactly. So once this hung up, I would make these all evenly spaced. probably dovetail our tails here. And that's cutting the little V in the bottom so it looks a little more finished. These are a little long for this wreath. That's just a quick way to make a bow to spice up just a plain old wreath. So there's one. The other one I want to do is the bow I usually make for my wreaths. It's going to use 6 ribbon. And these are all lime green and red. We won't use as much of each ribbon. And this is called a funky bow. And we're going to put this on a lantern. I always have a lantern next to my front door. And so that's what this bow is going to be for this year. So I have 2 2.5-inch ribbon and 4 1.5-inch ribbon. And that's what we're going to start with. So the Bodabra comes with Bodabra wire. You could also just use the pipe cleaner at the end, but I want to show you guys both of them. I cut a piece, folded it in half, and we're going to put this down in the middle of the Bodabra. And I just tuck it underneath. So when we're done, we can pull it up and tie our bow off. So let's start with our 2.5-inch ribbons. This one, now they don't have this on the Trendy Tree website anymore, but you guys do have it in red and gold.
We do.
So this was,
we do, and I will post that one.
Okay. So this is the red and lime green, but it is available, you guys, in red and gold, and it is beautiful.
It is. The red and lime green did not last long.
That does not surprise me. All right, so on this type of bow, our tails are going to be going different directions, all right? So we're going to make a tail, twist, and place it down in there. And as we work our way up with all 6 ribbons, our loops are going to get a little tinier. So let's start with about, that's about 7 inches. We're going to make 2 of those. And I twisted, and then this top one I didn't twist. This is what I was talking about earlier. I didn't twist that top one. That way our pad, this has a definite top and bottom to it. Can you see that? So that exact step we're going to repeat 5 more times. This next one is a red and white with kind of a, the edges look like they're like that metallic, like a pipe cleaner almost on the edges. Red, white, and green. So I just picked a bunch that kind of complemented each other. So our next level, again, 2.5 inches. Instead of our tail starting down, it's going to start up. Make the same length, twist. And we're going to make 4 loops. Two loops, excuse me. So every other layer, the tails are going to go different direction. So now this next layer, the tails will go the same as our first layer, if that makes sense. This next one is a metallic red and green stripe, 1.5 inch. So I start with my 2 2.5-inch ones, and then I go to my smaller ribbon. And again, just like the very first level we did. And each layer, I'm getting the loops a little smaller. They're coming in just ever so slightly. There's 3. Next, let's do this one. This is a lime green and white kind of checkerboard.
That one's always a great seller.
I used this one actually for a bunch of St. Patrick's Day wreaths.
Mm-hmm.
I have just a little bit left over, not enough to do
a lot of it for Easter also.
Oh yes, this is a great Easter. I think I used some. I did a carrot design.
Yes.
Use some of this. Okay, this is from a kit we did last year, and I really love it. It's the red velvet with the green pom-poms.
We do have something similar.
Okay. I am obsessed with this one. Again, not enough of any of these to do a full wreath, and so that's where bows and other designs you guys can use. We just need a little bit of ribbon. So let's do this layer. And then this last one, I've had this, it's just a scrap because you need the smallest amount on your top layer. It's just a red with glitter in it. I thought that kind of complemented the other ones. But we're only going to do one loop on this 6th layer. So do a little tail. Again, tiniest tail, tiniest loop, because this is your top layer, and then bring your tail back down. So only one loop on this layer. Snip, and there you go. 6 layers. Let's tie it off.
That is a thick bow.
Yes, this is a big one. So I'm bringing one end of the Bodabra wire over the top, and I'm bringing those 2 loose ends through that loop. Pull it tight, and we'll lift the whole thing up. And I pinched it as I brought it up so it didn't get away from us. And I'm just going to tie a double knot. And I have one pipe cleaner. I'm going to put that around as well, right on top of the Bodabra wire. Probably wouldn't need the Bodabra wire. You could just do the pipe cleaner, but this is going to keep it extra tight. So now we want to separate this and make it all symmetric. You know, there's 2 of every loop and 2 tails of every ribbon. So I'm just kind of bringing them around. So our bow is kind of 360 here because after I went out and dusted off my lantern, got away from me. We're going to put this on. Actually, let's trim off our Bodabra wire. And tie it on.
So cute.
Now you can go around once it's on. Once you kind of see where the tails are going to fall naturally, and go around and dovetail all these, and that kind of gives it just a nice finished look. But there you go, 2 different types of bows. I always do a bow that matches my wreath on the door to kind of bring some of that color down.
That is
and
cute.
That's what this is going to be for.
If I hadn't forgot to ship your box, your poor lantern would still be sitting there naked.
Oh gosh, yes. And I was able to deep clean it because I knew it was going to be shown off. Use spider webs.
See, you just cleaned up your Halloween decorations.
Exactly.
That is so
there you
cute.
Go.
So cute.
Yeah, I think it really just adds, you know, something to your lantern.
It does. And people always struggle with making a bow. So I feel like you can never go wrong with a bow tutorial. We get more questions about bows.
Yep. So you guys can watch this and pause, play, kind of work your way through what I did. And hopefully that helps.
All right. Well, we'll talk and I will send you another kit.
Absolutely.
I will actually send it this time and not just pull it and get it. I don't even know where it went. Like, it was in the office. I had it pulled. It was here. And it's not here anymore. So Lord. So I don't did I ship it to somebody else? I don't think. I don't know. I don't know where it is. The problem is we have had so many live sales over the last 2 weeks with Black Friday and Cyber Monday and all that stuff. And I pull all that stuff and it sits in my office and we've been busy with orders. And Rhonda comes in the evenings and she puts it back up. And I just put it all in a box for her to put it back up. Well, I'm going to say I probably threw some live sale stuff on top of the kit stuff and it got put back on the shelf. And because it wasn't sitting on my desk, and heaven forbid I make a note about something that I don't lose.
Now, it's all good. It worked out. Maybe we'll do a Valentine's kit in a few weeks.
Yes, I'll get with you about that. So, all right, guys, we're going to head out. Go home. Nick has a trip and I have a baby. So we're headed out. Y'all have a great day. Bye.
Bye, everybody.